Great evening and welcome to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast with your senior host and coach, Lakeisha McKnight. Super glad to be here this evening. It is indeed a lovely Tuesday, September 19th of 2017, right here in Chesapeake, Virginia, here in the United States of America or North America. Now, the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast is a media outlet connected to a nonprofit right here in Virginia. And the name of the nonprofit is Women of Elevation Career Services International. Now, Women of Elevation is the trade name for the legal company. The legal company's name is the Kingdom Expansion Enterprises Incorporated. And the mission of the podcast, as well as the nonprofit organization, is to empower women like yourself with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate. So once again, thank you so much for being here on this lovely evening. Now, we're normally here Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And these episodes, live episodes, or if you're coming back to listen on demand, we're normally here for about anywhere between 7 to maybe 15 minutes, depending on the topic matter at hand. So what I'm going to be doing right now during this episode this week, we're talking about really helping women to prepare to elevate, because for the months of September all the way up through the rest of December of this year, we're helping you to prepare to elevate. Now, what do we mean by this? Now, we spent, of course, I think an episode talking about what elevation means and why we're focusing in on that. Why is that a core area for this nonprofit as well as for the podcast itself? And it's really because we want to help you all to be able to live that lifestyle that you've always desired. Now, when I say live the lifestyle, and when I say you, we specifically serve women who may be single or single with children, those who are battered or abused, whether past or present, and then those women with unfulfilled career goals. So if you're not where you should be right now, where you always want to be, this is the podcast for you. We encourage you to be connected. And we're excited because we have some wonderful things going on. And I'm going to share with you a couple of updates. Possibly, let's see. I know we have an organizational meeting coming up for the month of September, and the notification about that is going to go out so that if you do want to participate in the organizational meeting, we do encourage you to get plugged in first to the Facebook group. Okay, the name of the group is Women of Elevation on Facebook. So simply look that up, Women of Elevation, and we may begin to include the group in the description area of the podcast. Okay, so stay tuned. We may begin to do that, include the link to the community group inside of the description area of the podcast. And also we may go back and kind of put a little bit of a blurb in the description area of what we discussed. So we may begin to do a few upgrades regarding the podcast. We want to really operate with excellence, and that's one way of doing so. So definitely stay tuned for more information to be placed in the description area of the podcast episode after we've completed the live version. All right. So if you're listening to this after the live, then you should be able to see some information in the description area. So again, tonight we're focusing in on helping you to elevate, but more so focusing in this week on helping you to become a visionary thinker. So tonight specifically, we're gonna really focus on what visionary thinking is, and tomorrow we're gonna talk about how can you become a visionary thinker. Okay, and so the connection. We're going to talk about first what visionary thinking is and how is it connected to you being able to elevate. So let's go over to our handy dandy notes. I've taken a little bit of notes, and hopefully we can go over to where the notes are. All right. So give me a sec. All right. So first of all, we know what thinking is. We think inside of our minds, right? Our brains allow us to be able to think. And for women, we are thinkers. We naturally think, we think about things. We kind of ponder on a few things throughout the day. We just have to be careful not to be scatterbrained, meaning that we're thinking about so many things to the point where we're not focusing. And so when it comes to visionary thinking, however, the word visionary, okay, when that word is used, just defining it as an adjective, it says the definition of visionary is someone or something that thinks about the future and or advancements in a creative and imaginative way. So let me repeat that. A visionary thinker would be someone who thinks about the future or advancements in a creative and imaginative way. Okay, so how does this connect then? After you've let that sit in for a moment, how does this connect to you being able to elevate? In order to elevate, to get to a new position, to be promoted, you must begin to think about the future. You must begin to think more specifically about your future and the future of those connected to you. It could be your children, it could be your spouse, your family, whomever, or your business. You must think about the future or advancements in a creative and imaginative way. Think creatively about where you see yourself in the next year. A year from now, where do you see yourself? Or perhaps even, where do you see your family? Or where do you see your business in 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years? This is visionary thinking. Thinking creatively, imaginatively about the future. You have to imagine and actually begin to take some steps so that you can begin to see how this is going to look for either yourself, your family, or your business. So this is what we mean by visionary thinking. And not just that, this is what's going to help you to elevate and prepare for a successful 2018 years. Some people might not be thinking about 2018 right now, but we're encouraging you right now this month, starting this month, to really jump into it and begin to think with a visionary mindset. Where do you see yourself, your family, your business in the next 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years? And we're going to talk more in depth about this starting tomorrow, about how to do this, how to really break this down, how to become a visionary thinker. So I want you to definitely stay tuned, put your notifications on your phone, write it down on your calendar, right? Ask someone to remind you to come back and listen in live or on demand for tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as tomorrow we're going to focus in on how do you become a visionary thinker. So I appreciate you listening to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, where we're helping women like yourself to be able to create, relate, and elevate. Remember to visit the website for more updates about what's going on, www.womenofElevation.com. And I just want to let you know that all is well, and we're soon going to be opening up our location for the nonprofit in Nigeria, Africa this October. The paperwork and everything is in the process of being submitted. We're appreciative of all of your prayers and all of your support for each and every one of you around the world that's connected in to this podcast and to the nonprofit organization. We say thank you. So until tomorrow, be blessed and have a great, great evening or day, depending on where you're located around the world. Take care.